All right, folks, another video from the Double D Ranch. We are fast becoming like favorite customers of Tractor Supply because Tractor Supply has everything we need. And as I continue to build up all my toys and gadgets that I need, one thing I discovered I needed, this thing over here is a flat blade. You pull it behind you in the tractor, or actually technically you can push it as well. You just have to drive backwards. But that'll do nice things like, grade things. So like back here along the back, we got the RV here right now because we're dumping the black tank into our septic system. It's what was recommended. So, it looked like it was an okay thing to do. But what I don't like right here is all this gravel. The people that lived here before, they must have parked here or something. But I've got neuropathy of the feet and I cannot walk on this stuff barefoot. It feels like I'm walking on needles. And it's agonizing. Even in socks, it's agonizing. So I'm going to take that nice blade there and set it down to a depth of about 1 inch. And I'm going to pull all that gravel that I possibly can off in this direction over into the actual driveway where people should be parking, like where we're parked right now. And then go back and fill it with topsoil and grass seed. But I don't know when I'll do that, because if I do it right now, it'll just be a big giant muddy mess out here. So there is the back blade to do the hard work for us. And then with gravel driveways, you have to have ways to keep them level. As cars drive across them and big trucks, and as rains come through, the gravel gets kind of shifted around. And this thing has a couple different things it does, but most importantly, you put it on its back where it's like the less aggressive side, and you just take the Polaris Ranger and pull it along, and it'll smooth out your gravel driveway. If you need it to be more aggressive, there's like these nasty, gnarly things on the other side. You can tear up grass, tear up the dirt, and get it more cultivated if it's too tough. So, and as we can see from over this way, I am like slowly developing this massive collection of farm equipment, and that new blade and the harrow, it's called, are adding right to it. This right now, it's my old bumper sitting here from my old truck that got totaled right before we moved here. And then the new bumper for the truck, the new truck, is right there. And it's not an easy process. So it's just sitting there until we've got more time. No big deal. I have a bumper anyways. But yes, here I keep continuing to add to my collection of implements or attachments, depending on how you want to call them. Having so much lawn, I had to go buy 2 riding lawnmowers. I've got this nifty Craftsman one that's got a 26 horsepower engine. It's really good. Unfortunately, Ethan has decided he's gonna scavenge it for parts to fix the John Deere one that's not working, and I told him put it back together. Look at that grass. It needs cutting. So it's got a suicide wheel on it. But I've got my regular tractor back there, and it's got a 60-inch mower deck on the bottom, and I think it's like a 55-inch bucket up front. And I had them add this shade over the top so I don't get totally killed by the sun. And then what came with the tractor was this fella back here. This is obviously a backhoe, not a huge bucket. I think it's an 8 or a 10-inch bucket, but it does the trick. The dirt around here has been pretty hard, but ever since we've been here, it's been raining, numerous times, rained really good. Over here, the auger, otherwise known as a post hole digger, but this goes on the back of the tractor, and the tractor runs it, and it is awesome. We had to plant 40 trees up at the front, or 40 shrubs, and then another 6 trees. I think we had 4 fruit trees and 2 regular trees, something like that. And that made pretty fast work of those 40 holes along the front of the house. And then this bugger, this is the monster. This is the hog brush hog, whatever you want to call it. It's the rotary blade. It's one big, massive blade, the circumference of this thing. And it'll cut up to 2 inches of branches, whack them right off. Trust me, I've done it. I've gone out way in the back of the property where you cannot see, and I don't know if I can zoom far enough to show you. Yeah, you can't really see. I can't even tell you where it's at. Oh, it's like, let's see, right about there, right there. I've dug a trail through that thing. I first went in with a tractor with the bucket down and just plowed down all the stuff that was in the way, falling down trees, broke them all up. And now I've gone back. We've gone in there a few times with the Ranger. And then I went back with the brush hog the other day and really gave it a once over. So I think it's in good shape. So I think that's it on this episode out here at the Double D Ranch. That's a lot of property, as you can see. I just finished with that brush hog. I couldn't do it with the tractor, with the mower. It's just too much. But the brush hog just whacked it down, and that still took me like almost 3 hours. And I think that's a 4-acre pin. So that was not fun. It was a lot of round and round and round, and then there are some trees in there and whatnot. And then eventually, we'll talk about that in a different episode. Thank you for watching and listen to me talk for 6 minutes. Yay!